The rains returned before dawn, fat, heavy drops drumming through the canvas and pooling round our boots. The air felt thick enough to drink, and everything we owned smelled of damp earth and gun oil. Today they had us back on the line. Sandbags, trenches, barbed wire strung tight across the causeway. The Argylls were out front again, sweating in the red mud, sleeves rolled high, shovels and rifles side by side. To our west, the Gordon Highlanders were digging too, their pipes sometimes drifting faint through the trees. You could tell the Gordons even before you saw them. That steady rhythm of work, the laughter breaking through the slog. We'd trained together at times, Argylls and Gordons, and there was pride in knowing the North still held its ground this far from home. The officers talk about defensive depth. We talk about blisters, leeches, and the jungle that swallows a man whole if he strays too far. The causeway itself looks sturdy enough, concrete and steel stretching toward Johore Bahru. But we know it won't stop an army for long. Word from Singapore says the Royal Scots are holding fast in Hong Kong, helping to strengthen the colony's garrison. They've got Canadians alongside them, and some of our lads reckon they'll see the first of the fighting if this thing breaks open. I hope they've got better weather than us. The thought of Scots in that far corner of empire, tartan hearts beating in another jungle, somehow makes the world feel smaller. By mid-morning the storm broke. Steam rose off the trenches like smoke. We stacked sandbags shoulder high, then wired the perimeter until our hands bled. The sappers checked our work, nodding without a word, the kind of approval that means maybe it'll hold. In the lull after lunch someone started humming The Road to the Isles. A few joined in quietly. Even the sergeant didn't stop them. Funny thing, a bit of Scotland carried on the wind through a Malayan swamp can sound like home itself. Toward evening the jungle came alive again, frogs calling, insects screaming, the smell of smoke and salt on the breeze. The horizon turned that deep bruised purple that always comes before nightfall. We stood by our trenches and watched the sun sink behind the palms. Somewhere out there, the convoys were still moving south, and we knew every mile they made brought war closer to our line. So we keep digging, keep building, because when the storm finally breaks, and it will, the Argylls, the Gordons, and every Scot east of Suez will be the wall that meets it, that meets